Welcome to She Rises Through It, a space for honest becoming, slow growth, in the unfiltered middle of motherhood, healing, business, and building a life that actually feels good. I'm Sydney, and this podcast is where I reclaim my voice in real time. It's not about doing more, it's about doing it differently. If you're craving real conversations, soulful pauses, and a reminder that you're not alone in the messy becoming, you're in the right place. And just a reminder before we begin, I'm not a medical or mental health professional. Everything shared here is based on my lived experience. Please seek qualified care if you're needing support. You deserve it. You're not behind, you're becoming. Welcome back. This is Sydney. I am your host, the hostess with the mostest. Just here sharing my truth from the middle, from the messy middle, where I'm at in life and how things are happening in real time. This morning, we're going to jump into continuing with our throat chakra and how I've been working through my throat chakra block. So, if you're ready for it, if you're ready to jump on into the messy middle with me, stay tuned because we're going to head straight into it right now. Welcome back. Happy Thursday, everyone, and good morning. Last week, we talked about the throat chakra, my lovely incident at the hospital and having to speak up for my children. How was I advocating for my children in the best possible way? And then talking about like our throat chakra, why it matters, how we're blocked, colors, elements, things that could help us be unlocked. And man, am I blocked in my throat chakra? I didn't think I was that badly blocked, but I think I'm still holding on to pieces of me that I need to not speak up and that I need to just sit here and be seen because I just don't want to cause confrontation. I just don't want to get into it because I don't have the time or energy for it. It sucks because I am feeling it now as like my throat tightens. And it's something that I honestly never thought I really had. But the more and more I tune into my body and tune into somatics and understanding my body a lot more, I've just been dealing with like my throat being closed up a lot more. And you kind of start wondering at first, like, is it because of the change in weather? Like we just went from like super hot, humid to kind of the start of fall weather. I'm going to tell you though, if you are from Minnesota, you know this is a complete tease. This weather is a complete tease because in a week or two, we are going to be blazing hot in the 80s, 90s again, humid. Probably that will ebb and flow till the end of October. It's not like we have fall immediately in September. I don't even know why I was talking about weather. Oh, my throat. Duh. My tangents, guys. We're just going with it. I've been thinking, oh, maybe it's just the weather that's making my throat feel this way. And I'm like, no, my throat doesn't feel this way. Like any other time besides certain moments. And today I felt it. I felt it a couple times over the weekend. And then today I felt it stepping into my yoga class. I went to yoga class this morning over at Willowbridge. And if you haven't heard the news, I will be teaching there starting in October. So I'm very, very excited for that. So I headed over this morning to class with the full intention, knowing that I was leading into training afterwards. I met with the owner afterwards. We're starting trainings to make sure that I am fully ready to go come October. And I was laying on that mat and I just felt my throat start to close up. And I was literally there for her class before we even got together to teach and kind of figure out my flow and what my class would look like. But my throat was closing up. I knew it immediately and I was like, seriously, what is going on? So during our inhales and exhales, I was trying to hum out my exhales just to get that vibration moving through my throat. The inhale exhales were just a little bit as we started with meditation in the beginning and then at the end in Shavasana. Obviously, because it wasn't for a fluid long amount of time for me, I still could feel it. So when we stepped into mine and her one-on-one afterwards, we were talking about class and what it would look like and figuring out where my blockage is going to be when I start teaching. I immediately pointed to my throat and I told her, it's my throat. It is my voice. And she was impressed that I knew immediately where I'm blocked because I can feel it. I can totally sense when I'm off. And everything in me going into teaching with her today and starting was, you're not going to be able to teach. You don't know what to say. You don't know how to flow. You're brand new to teaching. Like, how do you know what to do? Sure, you got your certification. Well, yeah, I got my certification. That means I'm one step closer to being able to teach. Immediately, she's like, can we start with a guided meditation? Heck yeah, absolutely. I love meditations. I love closing my eyes and laying there. Like, let me get into my Zen. So she guided me through this beautiful meditation, and it was picturing a color. And the color that came to my mind was blue. And it wasn't just the dark royal blue we think of when we think of blue. It was this turquoisey teal blue that is my favorite color, but two, also is a resemblance of the ocean, the waves, and how it ebbs and flows, just guiding through life. Afterwards, through this meditation, I was told her I felt like I was on water. She goes, I could totally sense, it felt like you were on a floating somewhere in the water. And I was like, I was there. I was there because for me, blue is my color. Blue is my jam, my little baby blue turquoise teal like mixture. It is my jam. I have it in water bottles. I'm literally staring at a planter vase on my deck right now, and it is blue. And if you want to know a fun fact about me, it has Mickey Mouse all over it. I love Disney. I love Mickey Mouse. There's something just about dreams, being creative, and that if you put your mind to anything, you can truly accomplish anything. It's knowing that a dream is a wish your heart makes, and you could totally go after anything you want. So this blue was just pictured. She was telling me in specific spots of where to picture it in my throat, and it turned into a ball. And for me, it wasn't this ball. It was like this water spinning fast and fast. You could see the little droplets coming off. It just wanted to explode and burst open. And then she had me think of this blue ball coming out and surrounding my entire body. It just felt like this water rushing through me, rushing through my body, my bones, and just the sensation of, Sydney, you got this. You have this. You have all of this. You've been doing it. So what is stopping you now? I think looking back at it, I even figured this out after me and her went through the meditation. It's performing. It's not performing in the fact that I can't do yoga. It's having to have it absolutely perfect to a T. And that's not me. And that's not the stage of life I'm in. And that's not the stage of life I'm ever going to teach someone, that they have to have it perfect. I've been talking about being perfectly imperfect. And when I was thinking of creating my script for my class starting in October, I was thinking it had to be absolutely perfect. Every word, every guided inhale and exhale, like it had to be perfect to how it resonates in our body, to how to correct it in our body if we are doing the pose wrong, or our shoulders aren't stacked over each other, or our knee isn't stacked over our ankle. Something was telling me, Sydney, you have to have it perfect. Here's the thing. I don't want it perfect. I want to show up exactly what I am needing for that class. So my class, if you are interested, because I truly hope you come out and enjoy my class with me, it will be on Wednesdays nights. I believe they're at 6 p.m. It will be a somatic yoga flow. And I'm truly going to go into these classes as if it's something I need going into the evening. Because it is Wednesday, it is a perfect middle of the week grounding. It is going to be the perfect reset, the perfect moment that you need to just melt into your mat and know that one, you are in this week, you're doing a hell of a job, even if it feels like it's a mess. And two, it's going to ground you going into the evening for a great night's sleep, and then also resetting your week going into the best week before going into the weekend. That's what I want my class to be. I want my class to be this unapologetic, everybody welcome, no judgments, just showing up and tuning into your body. The biggest thing with somatics that I can tell anybody is start listening to your body. Our bodies are so beautiful. They are so inspirational, and they can tune into anything and everything and can tell you what is wrong. We just have to be conscious enough to understand it, to tune into it, to feel it, to really resonate and figure out what's going on versus just push, 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 go, 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 and hustling all the time and wanting to perfect everything. I can tell you right now, like, I have a knee injury, and the only reason I have a knee injury, granted, I have had an on and off knee injury since I was a kid. But what I have learned is with this knee injury, I'm 1,000% guaranteed it's connected to my core. After I had both my kids, and both my kids were C-sections, my core has been so messed up, and I can feel so much more pressure, tension throughout my glutes and my thighs and to that knee, to that specific knee. So when we actually tune in and start listening versus performing, we really can start healing our body piece by piece. I can't tell you enough how much I used to always perform, and I love working out. I love the feeling on my muscles, the expansion and contraction. I love it. I absolutely love it. And it feels like, okay, I just accomplished 1% of my day, which you did. And you feel like it's the hardest thing, but really in reality, it's super easy. You just have to do it. But after my kids, I've lifted wrong, and that's on me. I haven't truly lifted properly because I'm like, oh, I can do this. I can do the next weights. I can go up. Trying to get back to what I was doing pre-pregnancies. And I've just overdid it at the wrong time. I was that mom that did that. I overperformed. And anywho, that's not what this conversation is about. This conversation is about our throat chakra, recognizing, tuning into our body and what our body is actually telling us. Even just for me, that meditation today, going through it, recognizing as well before that conversation started that it is my throat that is blocked up. And how do I get past that? And when I tell you different tips, resources, whatever you want to call them, or I give you an activity, test them out, see how it works and flows with you, because that could be the medicine that you are needing. That could be absolutely what is needed in that moment to kind of help you clear your mind, really help you become conscious of the present moment and being able to flow through the rest of your day and being able to come back to that activity. I can't tell you enough right now, like journaling, I always go back to it. And I am a journaler, but I have not journaled in the last week. And I recognize that. And I know I need to do that because there's so much I have to say. There's so much I want to flow out. And I think that comes into my throat chakra too of, Sydney, you can do this. You can do anything you put your mind to. And let's, for example, talk about retreats coming up. I'm slowly waiting and like, okay, this is it. This is the place. I've done so much research and I have great business mentors. But another thing about me that I need to speak up about is I need to jump in. I need to jump in and I need to do it. And as much as I'm learning right now, it's getting planned. And the planning is already here, right? But I'm finalizing the plans now. It's get these finalized and get it launched because this is that momentum. You are there. You're ready. Do it. Get after it, girlfriend. Anywho, there's so much I could say about my throat chakra. But it's just really listening to what do I have to say and what wants to flow out. And I really, truly hope these episodes have been giving you a glimpse into just a little bit of something that could either guide you, help you. And you know what? Maybe you're not ready for it. That's another thing you need to look at. Listening to my podcast, I'm really showing up in such a hot mess of a place, but also in such a pivotal moment in my life, my career, and in my family. I mean, even with all the medical stuff, I'm showing up in such a pivotal moment and really pursuing my heart and my dreams. Because again, Disney, a dream is a wish your heart makes. And I am so creative. And sometimes my creativity goes so much faster than I can actually accomplish. And it's all going to happen. Don't worry. I'm writing all this stuff out. But maybe you're not ready. And maybe these podcasts are just a little stepping stone to tune in a little bit, but you're not ready to do an activity. You just want to listen, see, and that's okay too. There was a point in my life that I was not ready. I kept saying I was ready for healing. I kept saying that I was ready to move forward and work through things. However, I just kept performing and I just kept doing what I was used to. And it took me to a major breaking point. And as much as I thought I spoke up then, I'm still learning that I shut down at times. I don't fully speak my true words. And I do resort back to, you need to perform, you need to do this, you need to do that. You just need to be what society wants. And the real inner work is, what do you want? What do you want to speak to? And what do you want to say to this world? What's that legacy you want to leave? What is the one thing you want people to know about you and really remember about you when you're gone from this world? Because there will become a time, and I will tell you one thing, I am incredibly scared of death. But for me to be able to even speak it on here, for me to be able to recognize what is my legacy going to be, what do I want to leave, and what do I want people to remember me as or who I was when I do leave and when God does decide that it is my time. That's a huge thing for me. That's very huge to be able to speak it out loud, because I would have panic attacks. And just being able to do this inner work, truly tune into my body, tune into myself, work through the impact of all the things that have shut me down and throughout my life. It is such a beautiful, messy process. And if you're not ready, that's okay. I don't want you to feel like you need to be pressured or feel like you need to do all these activities. Hey, you're listening to this podcast. That's showing up. That's showing up that you want to listen to something that is inspirational, motivational, authentic, in the messy middle, just showing you that you can do it too. It just takes that courage, and your courage is there. I know it's there because it was in me, and it took me a while to find that courage, but here I am. I'm showing up for myself. I am showing up for my family, my husband. I cannot tell you, if I would have not started this healing process, I don't know if I would have had a marriage. I have no idea if I would have had a marriage. But working on all of this and taking that leap to be with my family, to slow down, to intentionally build something that I am proud of and have no regrets on, I've come back to my husband. I have come back to my children. I have come back to my family, into my life. And yes, does it take a little bit of extra time? But the biggest thing is taking that step, taking that leap of faith, really finding that courage within yourself to recognize where you're blocked and start working on it is so powerful. It can bring so much beauty back to your life, so much heart, so much love, so much compassion. I just want you to know that you can do it. So I'm going to leave you with that today. Quick, short, sweet. talking about where I'm at with my voice, my throat chakra, and all the things in the middle of all of it. Just know that we truly do not rise through anything alone. We do rise through it together, and community is the biggest thing that I could mention. And that's what this collective's here for, is the community to meet you in the messy middle, to meet you where you feel like you can't find that courage, because let me tell you, sweetheart, you're going to get that courage, and I believe in you so much. Remember, you are not behind, you are becoming, and we rise through it together. Until next time, loves. Thank you for being here. If today's episode moved something in you, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. You can find me on Instagram at Sydney Jocelyn. That's where I share daily reflections, creative sparks, and behind the scenes of everything I'm building. You can also explore my work offerings and retreats at sydneyjocelyn.com. You're not behind, you're becoming. And you don't have to do it all alone. We rise through it together.